Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Milbon USA, our signature class. We've got about another minute and we'll go ahead and get started. I just wanted to let everybody know that is on this call that we are going to be recording this as well. So just letting you know. And you are also welcome to ask questions if you do have them. I will stop throughout the class and ask if anyone does have a question, and you are absolutely welcome to ask those questions. My name is Stephanie Whitcomb, and I am the regional educator for Milbon USA for the Northern States. I am delighted to have all of you here today to talk about our signature collection. So, this class is going to be a product knowledge class of our signature collection. So, I'm going to go over a quick overview of Milbon, who we are, it's just some overview type things of the product knowledge and our science and background. And then I will be going into each collection in our signature line. I will also then go over our new curl products that are brand new. I will be going over monochromatic products, and I will also go over our creative style stylers. So this class does take a little bit longer than an hour because our product line has grown since we originally created the class. So if you do need to hop off and get back to work, that's completely okay. Just feel free to pop off. And again, there will be a recording of this class that you can request from your salesperson. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my screen shared and we will get started. All right. All right. Today we're going to be talking about Milbon's signature collection. So our signature collection is everything you're going to see from Milbon in the black and white packaging, which was actually modeled off of Chanel, because our founder really loved the sleekness of that when he came to New York and was like, let's do something cool like that. So it's a very beautiful, sleek New York style packaging. Let's talk a little bit about our Milbon signature technology. So, first of all, Milbon was the first company to ever use CAT scan technology. So, the CAT scan technology was really important because we were able to look inside the hair and see exactly what was going on inside and then how we could create products to fix it. So, before I get into the technology, I do want to remind you that Milbon has actually been around for 60 years. So, we are the number one professional hair care brand in all of Asia, and we are the number one professional hair color brand in Japan. So, with all of that expertise that we've acquired over the years, we've taken it and really driven it into our science and technology. So, we really focus on looking at inside the hair, being able to justify and let you know what our products are doing to repair the hair. And our philosophy is healthy hair from the inside out, that 360 beautiful hair. And we know that if the hair is healthy, then it's going to be beautiful. So, the way that we look at that, as I said earlier, is with our CAT scan technology. We actually will go to facilities around the world that have the highest powered microscopes and CAT scan machines, and we will take a look at the hair. When we did that, we were able to notice that inside each hair strand, there are voids. They're called SSVs for short. Stands for stick shape void. So those stick-shaped voids are in everybody's hair from every age and every hair condition. Some people have more than others. So if you look down in the bottom left corner, you'll see a little black box with our SSV damage. It says before underneath it. Those yellow dots have been highlighted, and that is showing you the damage inside the hair in a CAT scan image. The next box over is going to show you that the damage is gone. Those yellow dots are gone, and that's because our SSVR silk or stick shape void rescue silk combination is actually filling in all of those holes. And what that does is it improves the overall integrity and shine and resilience of the hair. The really important thing to remember with our SSVR silk is that it is in every single product in our signature line. So it's in every shampoo, every treatment, every leave-in, every styler, monochromatic products, everything. So every single time you're using a Milbon product or you're giving a Milbon product to your client, they are getting SSVR silk technology and their hair is going to get better over time. So you're constantly regenerating their hair and helping their hair be healthy from the inside out. It's really, really cool technology. The second part to our signature collection that makes it really special is we do the 5 week beauty cycle. So, the 5 week beauty cycle is where we take a professional in salon treatment. This is something you do for your client in salon. They're anywhere from 3 to 5 steps at the shampoo bowl. And this treatment is a deep treatment that is connecting the hair with one of our technologies. And it is creating this beautiful, healthy hair. That's something they will get done by you in the salon. And then you're going to send them home with a little booster packet. It's like a free gift for their treatment. That booster packet contains 4 vials. They're going to use one vial once a week, and those vials are going to refresh the hair and allow that client to have the results of that treatment for 5 whole weeks. That creates this treatment being very high value. It's a great way for you to make money in service dollars in the salon and also give your client something that's going to be long lasting, that's going to be repairing their hair. Of course, we have home care retail as well that is going to support whatever you do in the salon. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about our categories. So Signature does have a nice wide array of categories, and I love to show this page and ask people to look at it more as a prescriptive way of looking at our products. So I want you to look at each category and think of a client that has complained to you about something that fits into a category, and that's how you're going to choose what path to put them on. So let's say we had a client come in that has recently gotten quite a bit of highlights done and their hair is feeling a bit damaged. I know I'm going to go right into repair, the repair line, and we're going to start there. We're going to have them using the repair line, hopefully doing a Repair Pro treatment, and then I'm going to slowly transition them as their hair gets healthier. Maybe I change them into moisture. Maybe I move them to smooth to help them with styling. So they can change categories as their hair is getting healthier. But I want you to look at this not as, oh my gosh, there's so many choices. I want you to think of your clients, what is their biggest need? And we're going to fit them in to one of these prescriptive categories. The first one we're going to start with today is smooth. So the way I'm going to go over this is I'm going to start at the upper right-hand corner where this model image is, and I'm going to talk about who is this for? Okay, so when I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, who is smooth for? This is going to tell me it's for people with hair with textural concerns. So somebody's hair who is tangled, wiry, and rough to the touch, but low to medium damage. So we're really focusing on how the hair feels and behaves on the head. And the really cool thing about Smooth is it comes in 3 formulas. So it's not just for coarse hair, it can be for fine, medium, and coarse hair. Each one is going to have its own formula to make the hair feel silky smooth. The next thing on this page that I'd like you to note is the fragrance profile. Every single product in our signature collection has its own unique fragrance profile. The fragrance profile is modeled like a high-end perfume with a top, middle, and a base note. The top note for our smooth collection is black currant and apple. The middle note is lily of the valley and jasmine, and the base note is musk and amber. The way your client experiences this is a top note is when you're shampooing, the middle note they experience as you're blow drying, and the base note is what is going to last in their hair over time. So it's really neat if you have a client that comes in that really wants to talk about fragrance, that's kind of their thing. You can say, hey, this has a fragrance profile like a high-end perfume. Let me tell you about it. Great selling point. Next, let's talk technology. So the bottom box here in the center is going to show you the technology for this collection. So what this collection does is it focuses on the cuticle, lifted cuticles. So, when hair is tangly and it feels wiry and rough to the touch, that's because the cuticle is lifted. And when the cuticle is lifted, it tends to tangle on itself and it just doesn't lay as nice and smooth. So, Milbon's Smooth Collection is going to be an intensive external treatment that evens out the cuticle for ultimate smoothing performance. You can see in the second images down here in these microscopic images, the before and after being treated with our smooth technology. That cuticle is much more smooth, and you can tell that that hair is going to style easier and it's going to be smooth to the touch. Next, I'd like to talk with you about our retail products. So these are the retail home care support products that you can send home with your customer. We have shampoo. The shampoo comes in three formulas: fine, medium, and coarse. It is amino acid derived surfactant, meaning the cleansers are actually helping to rebuild the hair and smooth down that cuticle. The smoothing treatment is also in three formulas: fine, medium, and coarse, and it's going to enhance your texture and shine. And then we have two oils. These two oils are very unique in the sense that, yes, there are oils for fine and for coarse hair, but not only is the viscosity different, it's going to be a little thicker with our coarse formula and a little thinner with our fine formula, but we actually change ingredients in both of these. That way we can target that type of hair and what it needs. So let me explain that. We have our luminous bodifying oil for fine hair. This one for fine hair has baobab oil, which is really nice for smoothing that cuticle down. But we also added in collagen. The reason we did that is because it fortifies and thickens limp hair and enhances that smoothness. It's essentially like a hair Botox, right? So it's going in and smoothing out wrinkles in the cuticle while also plumping it up from the inside out. So it is really nice to have an oil finally that you can use on fine hair and you don't have to worry about it making the hair too flat. It's actually going to plump the hair up. The coarse hair formula ingredients change. So when we take a look at our coarse hair formula, we have the baobab oil, again for smoothing the cuticle, but we've added olive squalene. The olive squalene is going to soften the hair and tame unruly hair, which is really important for coarse hair clients. It's going to give you that smoothness and that shine. Just a little fun fact, when I do dry haircuts on coarse hair, I love to use our luminous softening oil on hair that's dry to help my scissors glide through really nicely. And if I want to use this collection, but I'm not really sure which oil to choose, I'm always going to go for the fine formula because it's very safe. It's for every single hair type. If I feel like it's not quite doing enough to tame the hair, then I'll move on to the coarse because I need that olive squalene. Please remember that all of the products that are leave-ins that are paired alongside our shampoos and treatments are meant to be like primers added to the hair immediately after towel drying. They're not necessarily stylers, they're doing more than that. They're actually fixing an issue in the hair, adding technology, softness. They do have heat protection in all of them, so you are protecting from heat. But then again, think of these as your skincare serums for your hair, right? They're treating the hair with that technology, and then you can add a styler on top. All right, let's move on to the pro treatment. Our smooth professional treatment has three steps and a perfecting primer. Steps one and step three both have a fine, medium, and coarse option. This is fantastic because it allows you to do a professional smoothing treatment on fine hair without the worry of it being flat. It will give you bounce and vibrancy to the hair while also smoothing that cuticle to give a beautiful, sleek, and smooth result. So we have fine, we have medium, and then we have coarse that's going to give you ultimate softening along with smoothing for those coarse haired clients. These pages here in the beginning are going to show you ingredients so we can understand what each step is doing. It is also very important to follow the rules and make sure that you layer the products on in the correct order. Each product helps the next product do its job. So it's very important to use all the steps and to do them in order. First, we have our perfecting primer. This is a liquid, and it's essentially liquid collagen. This is going to enhance the hair and allow it to accept the rest of the treatment. The first step is our amino oil. This is smoothing your damaged cuticle layers. Then we infuse moisture with our hydration, step two. And step three is a top coat, which is a smoothing collagen that's going to seal in the treatment. With this professional treatment, you're going to send a booster packet home with your client. This booster packet is generally included in the cost of the treatment, and it includes 4 vials. They're going to use 1 vial once a week in place of their regular conditioner. They don't need to leave it on for an extended amount of time. Just work it into the hair, smooth it in, rinse, and then they've gotten a refresh of their treatment. And now this treatment is lasting in their hair for 5 weeks. There are step-by-step directions for the treatments, and there is a video tutorial with the QR code as well as on our Milbon USA YouTube channel. You'll be able to see the video with the step-by-steps as well. So we are going to start out with a perfecting primer. This we would apply from roots to ends in a Z formation and squeeze it in. Then we're going to layer step one right on top. So we don't do any rinsing in between. Step one goes right on top. We're going to choose our formula, fine, medium, or coarse, apply mid-length through the ends and smooth onto the hair. The massaging portion is very important to do a hand over hand choreography massage technique. This is going to press the product into the hair and manually smooth that cuticle. Then we are going to apply the hydration step two right on top. This we're going to massage in until it feels smooth. You'll see over here on the right-hand side, it's going to give you a suggestion of the amount of product you should use for each step. After step two, we're going to rinse 100%. Then we're going to apply the top coat. The top coat comes in fine, medium, or coarse formulas. We're also going to massage this in until it feels smooth, and then we are going to rinse. This entire process will take 10 minutes or less on your client. Very, very quick, but it's going to give them the 5 weeks of results of that smoothing to their hair. Any questions on smooth before we go into moisture? All right, no questions. I'm going to go right ahead into moisture. Our moisture category is very unique because the technology is weightless. So let's take a look again at who is it for. It is for somebody with dull, dry, porous hair that needs hydration and color vibrancy. Once again, we're looking at a client that has low to medium damage on their hair. The fragrance profile for this one is going to be a top note of peach and pear. Our middle note of rose and jasmine is what you're going to smell as you blow dry. And then that sandalwood and white musk is going to last in their hair. It's a beautiful fragrance profile. So let's talk about technology for our moisture collection and what makes it weightless. What's really interesting about this product line is that it actually allows the hair to retain moisture. So it is not adding something moisturizing to the hair. It is actually going to fix the problem internally so that hair is able to actually absorb moisture better, which is really great. So what it's doing is it's going inside the cortex of the hair and it is boosting that hair's ability to retain water. So when your hair is dehydrated, the internal looks like this little square here that is our microscopic image of the inside of the hair. And you're looking at it and you're noticing that it is very crepey. And when something is dehydrated like that, that means it cannot really hold on to moisture. Moisture tends to just roll away and not stay in the hair. So what our technology does is it actually goes in and rehydrates those tissues inside the hair the CMC pathways, which are kind of like the doorways or portals inside the hair that product and water move through. It's going to rehydrate those from the inside out. And now your hair is able to actually absorb the moisture that we're putting on. So it's a really unique technology that is extremely internal. Let's see, I'm going to take a look really quick at the chat because I noticed that there was something in there. Oh, it's just a hello. Awesome. Yes, please sign in if you are from Illinois because then you get your CE hours. Awesome. So check the chat and sign in for that. That would be great. Thank you for adding that on there. All right. I'm going to minimize that. Okay. So we'll keep going with our moisture collection. Our moisture collection has three products in the retail line. So today we are going to talk about our replenishing shampoo, the replenishing treatment, and our weightless replenishing mist. The replenishing shampoo in our moisture collection restores moisture with a rich, gentle lather using jojoba esters. So as it is cleansing, it's also adding that moisture. The treatment it weightlessly nourishes and replaces moisture with rose hip oil. And then we have our weightless replenishing mist. This mist is really nice because it weightlessly boosts moisture and body in the hair. It is actually a blend of 11 amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and our hair is made of protein. So, this blend is actually boosting the body of the hair, the strength of the hair, as well as adding that moisture to the hair. I love to use the weightless replenishing mist as a cutting lotion when I'm doing haircuts. I love to use it as a restyler. Instead of using water to mist my hair down, I'll actually use weightless replenishing mist, blow dry it in to restyle, and then use a heat tool on top. So it's going to add that moisture. It has a heat protection as well, up to 356 degrees. And please remember that all items are infused with our SSBR silk technology. Our moisture collection also has a professional in-salon treatment. This is something you can do for your clients as a service that's going to last in their hair for 5 weeks. I love pointing out the ingredients in our moisture treatment because it is so similar to skincare. I think it's really beautiful that we are using those same types of products to nourish the hair and add moisture to the hair. Especially in these winter months, this is something that I think all clients could benefit from. Remember, it is weightless, so they're not going to feel any heaviness when they get this treatment done. They're just going to get very hydrated. So step one ingredient is going to be Aquillo. That's going to prepare the hair for the treatment. Then we're going to move into step two. This is our amino acid blend that's going to nourish and hydrate. Step three is a moisture cream. This is a ceramide 2 that's saturating the hair with moisture. Step four is a moisture locking polymer that's going to seal everything in. And then step five is a hyaluronic acid that is going to seal in the treatment. Again, lots of skincare keywords. Clients love to hear that. So please feel free to let them know what you're doing to their hair as you're doing this treatment for them. Then they have their booster packet. It is in one formula because it is weightless and universal. It has the ceramide 2 and hyaluronic acid to refresh and prolong the results. Our step-by-step here is going to show you how to do the treatment. You're going to see that we're going to layer steps 1, 2, and 3. At step 3, we do a little twist of the hair as well. That's going to push all that moisture repair cream into the hair. Rinse completely, and then follow it up with steps 4 and 5, and then rinse completely. Send them home with that booster packet and hopefully the home care shampoo, treatment, and weightless replenishing mist. Any questions on our moisture collection? Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and move on to repair. Repair is intensively repairing and reconstructing severely damaged hair. So, who is it for? Repair is for that damaged and overprocessed hair client with that maybe has gone through excessive bleaching, they have a cotton candy feel to the hair, they have some sort of breakage, their hair is brittle. If it has high damage, repair will take care of that. Anybody who gets a chemical treatment done on their hair can benefit from repair. It's going to take their hair back to this beautiful state and fill it in with all of the missing proteins that it has lost through that chemical treatment. So let's talk about the technology and how it does that. So we have our CMADK protein. This is a protein that Milbon's scientists actually took 30 plus years to develop this protein system where the CMADK actually binds with the SSVR silk to make it more long lasting. So this is a long lasting reparative protein that doesn't just rinse away when you shampoo. It's going to stay in the cortex of the hair to continually repair it every time you use this product. What's really interesting as well is that the CMADK protein is hydrolyzed, meaning it is really tiny. So it binds in with that SSVR silk, lives inside the hair, and anything that doesn't fit in the damaged areas is going to rinse away. So you do not have to worry about it over proteinizing, about it causing brittleness to the hair. Anything that can't fit inside and repair it is going to rinse away. So this is absolutely safe for your clients to be using daily if they're needing it for their hair. It is not going to be too much. It's not going to build up. One thing I do want to note as well is the fragrance profile. If you look on the right-hand side, you'll see that the top note is going to be raspberry and grapefruit. Your middle note is going to be peony and rose, and your base note is going to be a woody musk fragrance. So beautiful profile for extensive repair on the hair. So with this collection, we have a restorative shampoo. This shampoo is really unique because the cleansers are actually keratin derived and they're meant to protect fragile strands from friction. That's really important when you're dealing with damaged hair because as we shampoo it, we want to make sure that we're not damaging it further by manipulating it. So this is actually going to strengthen and it has that dual repair technology of the CMADK and the SSVR silk. Both of those are going to help the hair regain elasticity and resilience. The treatment also has the SSVR Silk dual repair technology that is going to deeply nourish the hair and leave it with renewed elasticity and resilience. It also is reinforced with a catenized keratin. This is going to safeguard the hair from further damage. And finally, we have two leave-ins, two options for this collection. One is for fine hair and one is for coarse hair. Now, remember when I talked about smooth collection, I was saying that our fine and coarse formulas are different viscosities, their thickness or thinness, but they also have different ingredients that is targeted for that hair type. Our repair collection is no different. We've done that with this as well. So let's break that down. Our restorative blowout primer for fine hair. This one is going to repair the hair and prep it for styling. It's going to enhance the performance of blowouts, offering protection. It's infused with ceramide 2 to increase elasticity. Elasticity is what our fine-haired clients need in order for their hair to prevent breakage on their hair. Our coarse hair formula changes the ingredients a little bit. It is still going to prep the hair for styling by enhancing that performance of blowout, but it's going to offer protection and have collagen. This collagen is going to enhance softness in the hair. So the fine formula is all about elasticity and protection. The coarse formula is about softness and protection. Both are going to give you heat protection as well. They're fantastic to put on the hair before blow drying and styling. Let's talk about our repair professional treatment. Our repair professional treatment is a four-step treatment that you can use either sandwiched in with a lightening service or immediately following a lightening or coloring service, Or, of course, you can use it on your own if your client just comes in just for a treatment. That's okay too. So let's talk about the ingredients. First, with the primer, this is going to be a DIPA primer that is going to ensure absorption in damaged hair. Step two is for internal repair. This is hydrolyzed keratin. Step three is a reconstructive complex. This is going to repair from the inside out. And then step four is an external repair. This is a cellulose that's going to fix that 18 MEA, that external area of the hair, and seal all that goodness in. Then you have your booster in two formulas, fine or coarse. This is going to be our CM80K, SSVR silk, and cellulose to refresh those results. This treatment is going to last in your client's hair for 5 weeks. We can go ahead and talk about the step-by-steps. Our step-by-steps here are going to be a primer for step one, and then the internal repair for step two. These are going to be layered on top of each other. The unique way of applying this is you are going to apply the step two and you're going to smooth it in and then you're going to twist. That twist is going to push that hydrolyzed keratin internally deeper into the hair. Very important part. Then you would rinse 100%. Then you're going to layer on step three and then step four. This is where you're going to feel that transformation in the hair. That hair is going to get silky, smooth, and soft in your hands. Rinse completely and then send them home with that booster packet. Another way to look at this treatment is you can actually sandwich it with a color service. So let's just talk about that really quickly. Let's say I have a client that has highlights, right? I just did a full head of highlights. I'm going to go ahead and rinse or pull those foils, rinse those highlights out with water. I'm going to shampoo and remove the chemical from the hair. Then I'm going to go in with step one and then step two, right on that raw lifted hair. This is going to give me the ultimate absorption of that internal repair. Then I'm going to rinse that out, and this is where I would apply my toner. A toner is generally a demi or semi-permanent product. I'm going to apply that, process it according to the manufacturer's directions, rinse and lightly shampoo with my repair shampoo. Then I'm going to do step three, step four right on top, work it in, rinse, then I'm done. This is such a nice way to incorporate a repair treatment in with a lightening service. This step three and step four is going to help seal that toner in and help with longevity of the color, as well as getting that cuticle looking really nice, smooth, and shiny, and of course, adding the reparative technology. Any questions on repair before we move on? I'm going to lean in and grab my cord to plug in my computer. And I see there might be something in the chat. So let me go ahead and open that up and move down to new. Doesn't all Milbon products have SSVR silk? Does repair just have a bigger amount? Are there any products that don't have SSVR silk? That is a great question. Thank you, Alexis, for asking. Yes, every single product has SSVR silk. Repair doesn't have an extra amount. They all have the amount that's needed for the hair, including our stylers, including monochromatic. Every single product has SSVR silk. The repair collection just uses it in a unique way. It allows the CM80K and the SSVR silk to combine, and that is what makes the magic happen. That's what allows that CM80K protein to stay in the hair. Because a lot of products out there have a protein, but it doesn't always last, right? Some do, some don't, right? But it doesn't always last. Our scientists were able to figure out if we can combine them, SSVR silk, CM80K, it is going to last longer in the hair because the SSVR silk fits right in there so well. It takes that CM80K with it, and now we have a long-lasting repair. So we kind of call out the SSVR silk a little bit more with our repair technology because it is really functioning with the protein. But you're absolutely right that every single product has SSVR silk. And Something that you'll notice as you're using Milbon products on your clients, their hair is going to transform over time. So if you have a client that's been coming to you for 6 months or more, and they've been using Milbon consistently, they're going to notice over that time their hair is just getting better and better and better. And that's because that SSV or silk is always replacing what is, leaving their hair just from life, right? And it's making it better over time. So thank you. That is a great question. All right. We will move on to repair heat. So, repair heat is a really unique category because it builds upon our repair collection. So, kind of like the question that was just mentioned, it has the same amount of SSVR silk that all of our products have. It has the CMADK that repair has, but it also has more technology. The technology we've the technology that we've added for repair heat is a heat restorative technology. So this is in addition to the repair technology. Our heat restorative technology has the ability to regenerate coagulated protein, which is really cool. So, but what does that mean, right? Let's talk about who is this for? What does this technology do? So this is for anybody with heat damaged hair. So if they're daily using heat tools, they have stiff, crunchy split ends, their hair is feeling brittle, medium to high damage, repair heat is going to help them. The way that it works is this heat restorative technology can take coagulated proteins, meaning proteins that are hardened, and reliquefy them. So when we use heat on our hair, our protein in our hair actually starts to get hard. It starts to think about when you fry an egg in a pan, right? And you crack an egg, you put it in a hot pan. That egg white is essentially protein. It's like a keratin. And as that heat hits it, it starts to harden, right? And it gets that white color. It starts to harden. And if you put too much heat, it's going to get crispy, right? That's what we're doing to our hair when we're putting heat on it. It's a keratin protein. That heat is hardening the protein, which is helping it to hold the curl, which is great. But if we do too much, it's going to start getting crispy. What our heat restorative technology can do is it can reverse that. It can reliquefy those proteins, which is really cool because you now have an answer you can give your clients. If they come into you and they already have that damage, you can say, I have something for you that will fix it. It'll repair it. It'll re-soften that hair and allow them to have that soft hair again, even though they've already kind of done the damage, right? And also, it's going to prevent future damage. So it's a really kind of a magic wand for you to be able to give this to your clients. The other technology in this as well is your free radical blockers. So free radical blockers are a superior protection for the hair against oxidation. Oxidation happens as we're out in the atmosphere in the world every day, and it starts to change and age our hair as well as our color. So this free radical blocker that is in the product is going to help to prevent that along with regenerating our heat damage, along with the CMADK and SSVR silk. So it's a powerhouse of repair that you're getting here. Let's talk about each selection separately. So we have our heat protection shampoo. This shampoo is infused with heat restorative technology. It has your free radical blockers. This shampoo repairs heat stress strands and protects from further damage with jojoba oil derived surfactants to gently cleanse. Again, we're focusing on that gentle cleansing and we're adding in all of that heat protection. And it's super unique to have heat protection in a shampoo, right? So not only are they getting the reparative technology, but they're also getting that heat protection. Then we have our repair heat protective treatment. This treatment is infused with that heat restorative technology and free radical blockers. This conditioner is going to repair the strands. It's going to add a lightweight shea oil for soft, touchable results. Then we have my favorite product, our heat protective mist. This mist is going to restore the hair and it can actually, I love using it on to refresh hair. So if I'm going to restyle, let's say my hair is already dry and I want to recurl or restyle my hair, you can squirt this on your hair and dry it in and then style over it. And it's going to make sure that that hair stays soft and it doesn't get damaged by the heat, right? So it's going to keep it nice and soft. It's also heat activated and it has superior thermal protection. So this has heat enhanced activated keratin and it's going to repair heat stressed hair as well as prevent further damage. It also has that free radical blocker, so it's going to protect against oxidation as well. Just one second. Any questions on repair heat? All right, I don't see any questions. I'll go ahead and move on. All right. Blonde Plus. Blonde Plus has a special place in my heart, being a blonde. Um, I just think it's really cool that the finally we have a purple shampoo that's good for your hair, right? I don't know about you guys, but over time I've used every single purple shampoo out there and I've had, different mixed results, right? Where my hair has gotten more brittle with a purple shampoo, my hair has gotten like kind of that gray, dingy cast. I've had all the things happen. And so I always am skeptical about a purple shampoo doing that. And I was thrilled when this came out because I always hated having to sacrifice repairing my blonde when I wanted to tone it. So I felt like every time I had to make the choice, do I want to actually make my blonde more healthy or do I want to use a shampoo that's going to tone it? This, you don't have to sacrifice with this. You can use it every single day. This is meant for daily use. It has a really intense reparative technology to it. It has shine reflectors in it and the toning. So all of your blondes can use this powerhouse product and get every single part that they need for their hair without sacrificing anything. That really sold it for me, and this is definitely something I use all the time. So let's kind of get in and talk about the technology and what it does. So again, who is it for? It is for somebody that is blonde or a caramel tone. It can even be like that, that is too brittle and brassy, maybe feeling lifeless, right? This is going to fix that. It is for hair that has been lightened, color treated, blonde hair, or gray hair. Let's talk fragrance. So our top note is plum, our middle note is lilac, and our base note has that musk cedar wood. So beautiful fragrance profile. Okay, the exciting part for those of us that like to geek out about science. Our reparative technology in this is insane. It's so good. This is our MSVK protein. So what does that even mean, right? MSVK stands for multi-size versatile keratin because damage happens in different sizes. It doesn't all happen in the same size, right? When we break something, we've got big holes, we've got small holes, all that, right? So MSVK protein is going to actually fill in the biggest holes and the smallest holes and everything in between. So it's really smart reparative technology. And we went a step further by adding evening primrose oil extract. So, evening primrose extract, this actually allows the protein to bond within the disulfide bonds of the hair. Those are the strongest bonds. It's going to hold in there, and that damage is going to be repaired and it's going to be resilient and it's going to stay repaired. So, it is a really strong repair for the hair. But again, remember, everything is hydrolyzed, everything is tiny. So anything that doesn't need repair, any extra is going to rinse away. So you don't have to worry about it building up on the hair. It won't do that, but it's going to really, really take care of that damage in all the different sizes. So highly reparative, even though it's a purple shampoo. Pretty cool. The next thing is the internal reflector. This internal reflector, it acts like little crystals that go in and sit where color molecules sit inside the hair and reflects light. Okay, so us blondes, we tend to remove pigment from our hair, and then there's less things for light to bounce off of and reflect. So we lose shine, right? That's always a struggle. So now every time we shampoo and condition with Blonde Plus, we're adding in that reflective shine to the hair, internally reflecting light, so our hair is beautiful and shiny. And then finally, of course, it has the violet pigment. That's going to correct any yellow brassiness in the hair, and it's going to give you a beautiful cool tone result. Again, it is formulated for daily use. So it is not going to overtone. Don't worry about that. You can let your clients use it daily. If they need repair, they need shine, and they need toning, this is key for them. So the two products in this collection are the shampoo. Again, this is going to revitalize the hair. It's going to detangle. It's an anti-brass violet shampoo with the MSVK protein evening primrose extract, internal shine reflectors as well, and it can be used daily. Then we have our Nourishing Violet treatment. This treatment also has the anti-brass violet conditioner. It's going to revitalize and brighten. It has your MSVK, the evening primrose extract, the internal reflection, and it can be used daily as well. Any questions on Blonde Plus? All right, great. Let's go ahead and move on to our curl collection. I hope all of you had had a chance to try our curl collection. Just came out this past summer, so it's brand new to Milbon. And the technology is just one of a kind. It is unique and it is actually taking care of the problem that we find with curly hair, making curly hair kind of a difficult thing to deal with sometimes, right? So, curly hair is very sensitive. It's very touchy to humidity fluctuations. It can be difficult sometimes to tame and style. And we wanted to understand why and how can we help those with naturally curly hair just get the curls they're looking for. So we did some research and we realized that curly hair, when you look at it under a microscope, it looks exactly the same as straight hair. So we thought, okay, how do we treat curly hair specifically if we don't see a difference? What can we treat? So we had to look deeper into the hair. And what we did is we took curly hair and we put it under a microscope that actually stretches the hair as we look at it deeply. What we noticed is as curly hair stretches, the cuticle starts to lift up. When that happens and the cuticle lifts up, moisture is lost out of the hair, and then the cuticle becomes rough. That's going to cause your tangling and dehydration in curls, which are usually the two number one factors that naturally curly clients are complaining about. They're saying their hair feels dry and it's tangly, right? So those are two things that we can fix. So this product is really great for people with naturally curly hair. Even if they wear their hair smooth, they can still benefit from this technology because it is going to fix what is causing that cuticle to lift. Okay, let's get in a little deeper. What is it fixing, right? So we looked at why. Why, when you stretch curly hair, does the cuticle lift? The reason it lifts is because naturally curly hair is missing a protein sugar chain substance that goes underneath the cuticle. That substance, a protein sugar chain substance, is kind of sticky and it generally will keep the cuticle laying down. People with naturally straight hair have a lot of that substance and their cuticle stays smooth. People with naturally curly hair do not have as much of that protein sugar chain sticky substance. So we tackled that. We created cuticle enhancing technology, which is a combination of trehalose and glucose that mimics that binding property to strengthen the hair structure. So it essentially mimics that sticky substance that goes underneath the cuticle and lays it down. This is so important for curly hair because now, as that curl stretches and contracts, the cuticle is going to stay laid down. That means moisture is going to stay inside the hair, not going to leave, and that cuticle is going to stay smooth to reduce tangling. So this is breakthrough technology, one of a kind to Milbon, that's going to keep curly hair looking its best all the time. And this cuticle enhancing technology is in every single one of our products that has curl on it. Okay, so the shampoos, the treatments, the leave-in, and then the two stylers that we'll get to later. Don't forget, it does have our SSVR silk in it as well, so that is also enhancing the hair internally. The fragrance profile, let's talk about that real fast. The top note is going to be cassis, pear, and leafy green. Our middle note is going to be rose and jasmine, magnolia, and then that base is going to be a woody musk amber fragrance. So each product in our home care routine is infused with SSVR silk as well as our cuticle enhancing technology. So we do have a shampoo, our Curl Care shampoo. This is specifically designed for curly hair to nourish and hydrate and also be anti-tangling. So the surfactant or the cleanser in it is actually spherical. So as you are cleansing, it is going to help with detangling, not matting the hair up like can happen when you're shampooing curls, right? We're always worried about making it too tangly. This, you're going to notice it detangles immediately as you're shampooing, which is wonderful. The treatments, we have two options in our curl collection. So we have curl care treatment. This treatment is going to hydrate. This is going to be for dry curls. It's going to manage that dryness. It's going to give you this beautiful hydration, and it has our cuticle enhancing technology. The Curl Care Enriched treatment is for severely dry curls. Okay. This is enriched. It has shea butter in it. It is going to give you just high powered moisture for those really dehydrated curls. So when you're deciding which treatment to use, I want you to think about how hydrated that hair is, not whether it's coarse or fine, because fine haired curls can still be super dehydrated, right? They might need enriched. And somebody with coarse hair might not need that much hydration. So the regular formula might be fine. So really think about hydration levels, not necessarily texture. And then finally, we have our Curl Care leave-in treatment. This is, I think, the most important when it comes to the layering. Using the shampoo, the treatment, and then the leave-in is essential. The reason I say that is our Curl Care leave-in treatment has our moisture locking complex. So it is locking in all of the moisture you just applied in the shampoo and treatment. So I feel like it's very important to use that primer or the Curl Care leave-in treatment. Leave it, put it on wet hair when you after you've towel dried, and then go ahead with your stylers on top. That leave-in treatment is going to boost moisture. It's going to lock that moisture in. It's going to give long-lasting softness. And again, another dose of that cuticle enhancing technology. So that is like the perfect top coat for this collection. Any questions on our curl care? All right. We will talk a little bit more about curl when we get into stylers because there are two stylers that are specific to this curl collection that we'll get into when we talk creative style. All right. Anti-frizz is our next category. So anti-frizz used to be the answer we had for curly hair, but now it's just going to be added in with that as well. So it's another type of curl care. What it's actually addressing is the moisture level in the hair. So the curl collection we just talked about is really dealing with that cuticle and that sugar chain and letting that cuticle lay down. What our anti-frizz is dealing with is moisture distribution. So it's going to make sure that there's moisture evenly distributed from roots to ends. So we've noticed that the reason our hair frizzes is because it's kind of reaching out for moisture. So the areas that have too much moisture are laying flat, and then the areas that are really dry are reaching out for moisture into the atmosphere, and that's causing frizz. So what this does is it actually features DPG. The DPG technology is going to allow that moisture to go evenly from roots to ends, eliminating frizz, which is really cool. So who is it for? It's for frizz-prone hair, wavy and curly. Somebody who needs humidity control and wave definition in their hair. The fragrance profile is going to be a top note of lemon and aloe. It's a really fresh top note when you're shampooing. We're going to have a middle note of lily of the valley and apple, and our base note is a woody musk base note. Let's see. I'm going to go into the chat real quick. I saw something come up. Ah, to get the product knowledge sheets. Absolutely. Or a replay. Yes. Hi, Blair. I am recording and we are going to make sure that you can either get a copy of the recording or we'll get you all the sheets. So please don't worry about that. We'll make sure you get all of that. It'll most likely come from myself or the sales consultant in your area. So we'll make sure that you have that. But thanks for joining. All right, our anti-frizz collection. So we talked about the fragrance profile. Let's talk a little bit more about the technology. So during our high-tech research, we were able to see that frizz-prone hair is a result of uneven moisture distribution inside the hair, and that's what causes frizz as humidity fluctuates. Anti-frizz is masterly formulated to effectively defrizz the hair without weighing it down. So it's extremely weightless, which is great, and it can extend blowouts and styles even in high humidity air. So let's take a look at the products that do this. So we have a defrizzing shampoo. This is a DPG and collagen derived cleanser that's going to optimize moisture distribution inside the hair to contain frizz. Then we have the defrizz treatment, which has DPG and jojoba oil to weightlessly hydrate. Our final product is our humidity blocking oil. This oil is like a hero product. So if you don't know what to use on your client, use this. They're going to love it. It is a blend of 5 superior botanical oils: jojoba, argan, baobab, olive, and shea. So a blend of these oils, but it's weightless. I absolutely love using this wet and dry. So you can use it on wet hair. It's going to keep the good moisture in. It's going to block out any moisture from the outside world as you're blow drying. Then you can use it on dry hair as a shield, a humidity shield for the hair. So it's going to keep that hair from frizzing throughout the day. Very, very lightweight. I love sending this with my clients when they go on vacation. If they're going to a humid climate, I'm like, you need to take this with you. You need to put it in your purse. And if your hair starts to kind of get big throughout the day, put a pump of this in your hand, rub it in, work it through. Amazing. It's just going to deflate. It's great. So that is a great way to use it. Remember, it has our SSV or silk in it as well. And because it's meant to be used wet or dry, it's going to have heat protection in it as well. So it really does all of the above. Fantastic product. Please try it. Everybody loves it. We do have a back bar treatment as well for anti-frizz. So this is the treatment that I would recommend for your curly haired clients that are wanting to wear their hair curly. And maybe they're using anti-frizz, maybe they're using our our curl products at home. Either one is fine. We can mix and match. That's totally okay. But this is going to be their professional treatment that you do in salon that's going to make sure that they have frizz-free hair for 5 weeks. So it's a really quick 3-step treatment. The primer has a blend of 5 ceramides that's going to help absorb moisture. Number 2 is a glycerin mix. This is going to make sure that that hair is able to absorb moisture. So the glycerin mix is going to make sure that oils and waters can really get into the hair and moisturize as it needs to. And then our step 3 is a catenized 18 MEA. This is going to lock in moisture and shield the hair from changes in humidity. So this is going to make sure they have lasting results and it's going to stay frizz free. Our step 4 is the take home booster. That is a blend of all 3 of those steps to prolong those results for 5 weeks. In the step by step, you'll be able to see you are going to layer step 1 and then step 2. Step two is really important to make sure you're using the right amount. So we do outline it here that you're using however many pumps you're using. Let's say you have medium hair, a medium hair amount, you're using 5 pumps. That's per quadrant. Normally, we're saying 5 pumps for the whole head, but with this one for step two, we're using 5 pumps per quadrant. It's very important to make sure that glycerin mix really gets into the hair, and that's really what's going to keep that frizz at bay. So after you've applied all of that, you're going to rinse it and then you're going to apply the shield and then rinse. Again, we do have the video tutorials on with the QR codes here in this packet that we can send you, as well as on our Milbon USA YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you look up Milbon USA, we have a channel there and it has all of our videos listed. So you can really watch your step-by-step treatment videos. They're about 2 or 3 minutes a piece, so really fast, but they're going to show you the steps and talk it through for you. Any questions on anti-frizz before we move on? All right, great. Let's talk about volume. So, volume is a really great collection because it's so simple, but it's so good. It is really good at what it does, and it's very easy to explain to your clients why it works. So, just let your clients know that the strength of their hair comes from the cuticle. So 60% of the hair strength is from the cuticle. So in order to enhance the volume of the hair, we're going to strengthen the cuticle. We use persimmon tannin to strengthen that cuticle. It's going to allow that hair to stand up off of the head. That's what's going to give it bounce and body, and without weighing it down by adding things to the hair. It's just going to lift it really nicely. Okay, so very simple. Strengthen the cuticle, weightless lift, body and bounce. Boom, you're done, right? Very easy. The fragrance profile on this one is going to be an orange and white peach as you're shampooing. The middle note is freesia and rose, and that base note is a woody amber fragrance. That's what they're going to have in their hair for the rest of the day. It's beautiful fragrance. So we have a shampoo and a treatment in this collection. So the shampoo is going to effectively remove residue and transform fine limp hair, giving volume and strengthening. Our volumizing treatment is going to weightlessly condition, giving body and bounce to the hair. And then remember, they're both infused with our SSBR silk. We do recommend adding our thickening mist as your leave-in with this product. That's one of our stylers. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the creative style portion. But our thickening mist is going to it's going to bulk up that hair a little bit. It's infused with honey and it has a shine enhancing panthenol. So it's going to give a beautiful bounce to the hair that's also weightless. Any questions on volume? No. Okay, great. Reawaken. All right. Our Reawaken collection is our anti-aging collection. So who is it for? It's for anybody that has time-stressed, lackluster, unmanageable hair with low to medium damage. So we're essentially saying old hair. But what is old hair? Old hair doesn't necessarily mean old people. It can. It can be, an older person that has more gray to their hair. Gray hair is going to behave differently than youthful hair. So this will help with that. But it also means anybody who has long hair or extensions, right? Extensions are old hair. They've been around for a bit. They've been highly processed. They're going to need extra care. Anybody with long hair, that hair has been on their head for a very long time. It's starting to lose its ability to retain treatments. Okay. So you can put treatments on old hair all day long, and it doesn't mean that they're going to be as effective or stay in the hair like they used to because that hair has changed as it's aged and it doesn't keep treatments as well as it used to. So what Reawaken does is it renews that. It has a shine rejuvenating emollient oil. This is going to restore that hair's flexibility, improving its texture and shine. And then it has amino PCA complex. That's going to help the hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture for enhanced hydration. And then finally, it has a surface sealing technology. This is the key in order to make sure that these treatments we're doing do not wear off as quickly. So we have noticed that aging hair tends to lose the effects of treatments faster. Our surface sealing technology seals in the treatment and gives you longer lasting results. I have noticed this personally on my extensions. It is wonderful to use this surface sealing technology. It's going to keep the extensions looking and beautiful and
Extensions.
hydrated and shiny longer.
It's the reawaken.
The fragrance profile on this one is going to be a top note of white peach and mandarin orange. Our middle note is going to be chamomile and white lily. And then the base note is a white musk and cedar wood. This is one of my favorite fragrances. This collection, you'll notice in our home care, actually has two shampoos. The one shampoo is extremely unique. I haven't seen anything like it. And I want to give you a little stylist tip. Okay. So, this shine renewing oil shampoo that comes in this aerosol can, as you spray it out, it is very soft. It kind of feels like a marshmallow fluff goodness. The stylist tip I have for this is if you have this in your salon and if your hands start getting chapped, over winter as you're doing a ton of shampooing, your hands are wet, get this shampoo and add it to your regimen to wash your clients with. Yes, it's great for your client's hair. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's really good for your hands. Your hands are going to feel like you just did like a paraffin treatment. They're going to feel so silky after shampooing with this. So just do it for you. The emollient oil is so good on your skin. So there's my little skincare commercial. Okay, so now let's go back to what is it doing for the hair? It is our Shine Renewing Oil Shampoo is a self-foaming technology that unlocks this shine rejuvenating emollient oil. It's instantly going to boost shine, manageability from roots to ends. So we recommend this as a specialty shampoo, using it weekly, to add that oil to the hair. It does have quite a bit of that oil to it, which is why it's so silky. When I use it, I have finer hair. I'm usually only shampooing my mids and ends with it on my extensions, and it's really making it really silky. I tend to not shampoo at my scalp with it because my hair is fine. I actually use the renewing shampoo regular formula. Again, if your clients have, really dense, thick hair, the oil shampoo is going to be awesome, scalp to ends. If their hair is more fine, you might want to use the regular renewing shampoo at the scalp. So this is why we give you two options and you can use them as you wish. The renewing shampoo is a daily shampoo. So it is going to have all the technology in it, but it is a lighter formula than the oil shampoo. So again, two options, using the oil shampoo as a weekly or as desired shampoo for specialty care. And then the renewing shampoo is the daily shampoo for this collection. We have our renewing treatment. This is a hydrating treatment with evening primrose oil that's going to soften the hair. And it's going to the renewing technology is going to restore youthful hydration and shine. And then we have our renewing primer. This primer has the renewing technology to restore that shine, hydration, and manageability, and a nice dose of that surface sealing technology. That surface sealing technology is going to make sure that all that hydration stays in the hair and give you this beautiful, long lasting results. It also has heat protection in it, so you can use it wet or dry. Sometimes I'll use it wet after towel drying, blow dry my hair, and then maybe next day I want a little bit of a boost with of that surface sealing technology, hydration and shine. So I might go ahead and grab that primer and work it through the hair. It's very lightweight, so it doesn't make the hair too heavy or wet. I'm going to go into the chat because I saw a couple of things come up and let me, um, all right. Yes, I will be getting you guys a replay. I am recording this so I can make sure you guys get that. And I can also digitally send you all the sheets that I'm going over as one big uh, like presentation so that you can flip through it. So please don't worry. I got you. Yep, I will get you both. No worries. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Don't worry, I don't expect you to memorize everything. We'll send it over. All right, let's talk about the back bar treatment for this one. So, Reawaken Professional Treatment. This is a professional treatment that will be done in salon for your clients, and it is going to be giving them a high dose of all of the great things about Reawaken. So, it is going to give them that in salon treatment that's going to last in their hair for 5 weeks, giving them beautiful shine and hydration. Any of you that do extensions, think about using this on those clients when they come in and they're getting a removal and move up or whatever you're treating those extensions, whatever you're doing with them. Do this treatment not only on the client's natural hair, but do it on the extensions too. This is going to allow them to keep that hair even longer. It's going to renew that hair. Your clients are gonna love you because they're gonna get extra wear out of that hair before they have to buy new hair, and you're gonna make money by adding a service to your day. So really, really great to add this in on those extension clients. All right, let's talk technology. So we have our number one primer. This is going to prep the hair, of course, and get it ready for the treatment. We have step two, which is our Shine Rejuvenating Emollient Oil and our Amino PCA complex. So this is really internally getting that hair more hydrated, renewing the elasticity, adding those lipids back in there. Then we have our hydration sealer, which is step three. This has hyaluronic acid in there, and so that is going to seal in all that goodness. And then our Shine Lock, which is step four. That is our surface sealing technology. This is going to enhance that manageability and lock in the treatment. The booster packet is going to be these 4 vials. These 4 vials that you send home as part of the service, and they are going to use 1 vial once a week in place of their regular conditioner. And this is going to prolong the results for 5 weeks in their hair. The step-by-step here is going to be layering steps one and two, the primer and the renewing cream, working those into the hair, rinse 100%. Then you have your hydration sealer and your shine lock. You're going to work those in and then rinse. So it's a very simple layer two rinse, layer two rinse. And again, we do have the videos on our Milbon USA YouTube channel so that you can watch as well as with the QR codes in this presentation. Any questions on Reawaken before we move on? All right, cool. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about scalp. So scalp has been a big one. Recently, it's really taken off in the US. There are a lot of salons offering scalp services. I just want you to know that our Milbon scalp products have actually been around for about 20 years. So they are not new, which I think is really cool because they have all of that time and all of those results to back it up. They're really good at what they do. And the thing I love about our scalp collection in Signature the most is that you don't really have to think, oh, are they dry? Are they oily? Like, which one do I use? It is an all-in-one formula. So if your client has any of the 5 main scalp conditions, itchiness, dandruff, dryness, oiliness, and odor, any of those 5, this will take care of, any and all. The way that it does that is it targets fatty acids on the scalp. So it is targeting those fatty acids and making sure that we remove those fatty acids off of the scalp, and that's going to take care of all of those issues. It is not a clarifier. It is not going to strip anything. It is not going to pull out color. It is extension safe. It is purifying. Think of it as skincare. It is actually skincare grade with all the products. So it is taking good care of that skin as well as the hair. It also is infused with the SSVR silk, so it's wonderful for the hair as well, but it's really nourishing the skin. So who is it for? It is for somebody with a scalp issue. Any of those five issues, this is going to take care of it. In the fragrance profile for this one, the top note is a pink grapefruit and pomegranate. Our middle note has freesia, and the base note is going to be an amber musk. So it's a really nice, universal, clean smelling fragrance. The products in this for retail are going to be a purifying gel shampoo. This purifying gel shampoo is ionically charged to cling to fatty acids and remove them off the scalp. So it is purifying, it is not stripping, it is not clarifying, okay? It's purifying, taking care of that organic matter on the scalp and cleansing it away, using also hyaluronic acid to moisturize as it cleanses. The hydrating treatment is a lightweight conditioner, almost like a skincare moisturizer. We actually use skincare grade sugar squalene as the hydrating portion of this. That is because it is the number one moisturizer used in cosmetics and it does not degrade into a fatty acid over time. So, this is going to make sure you're adding hydration without re-causing the issue that causes fatty acid buildup. So it's essential to use the right kind of moisturizer on the scalp if you have a scalp issue. This one's going to take care of that for you. And then we have our Soothing Moisture Spray. This Soothing Moisturizer Spray is really like a facial toner, okay? It is very liquidy, like a water base. It has no oils in it. It has 10 botanical extracts to deeply moisturize and nourish the scalp, along with hyaluronic acid. So it is skincare grade, wonderful for the skin. This is great for anybody who has any scalp issues at all. You can squirt it on the scalp. Wet or dry hair does not matter. You can do it as needed. So if you're out and your scalp is getting itchy or dry, you can just squirt this on there and it's going to soothe it immediately. You can use it underneath extension rows. So if you have any itching or irritation with extensions, you can put this right underneath those rows and it's not going to cause any slippage. This is also wonderful for teens. It has an odor control component as well. So it's going to make sure that you're smelling fresh all the time. It's great post-workout. There's a million different ways to use it. Definitely something if someone is having scalp issues, it's very easy to sell. The other thing is that this collection of shampoo, treatment, and soothing moisturizer is really nice to have on your retail shelf over the holidays. Everybody has a scalp, right? And everybody knows somebody that has a scalp problem. So this is going to be something that people can buy for Christmas gifts for that, uncle that's tough to buy for, or the husband you don't know what to get for, the teenager that is having oily scalp issues. This is going to be great for them. It's not going to interfere with anything else they're doing in their hair care routine, but it's going to take care of that problem for them. So I highly recommend bundling them together, selling them in the salon over the holidays. It's a really great gift. So we do have a scalp professional treatment. You can do this as a scalp treatment. You can get really fancy and go into head spa, which is more of a involved treatment as far as adding massage and comfort items. Let's go ahead and talk about what makes this a scalp treatment and what product we add for that. That would be our cleansing spa gel. So you'll see those three tubes in the center of the screen. We have a C, R, and V on them. That stands for citrus, rose, and vanilla. Each one of these cleansing spa gels does the same thing. It removes those fatty acids deeply off of the scalp, intensely cleaning the scalp. And they have different aromatherapy factors, so you can choose your fragrance for the treatment. The way this treatment works is you're going to shampoo first with our purifying gel shampoo. Always shampoo twice. You're going to need to do that. Make sure that scalp is real clean. Then you're going to apply the cleansing spa gel in the fragrance that your client selected. And when we apply it, it's a pen-like applicator, and we'll apply it in rows across the scalp, across the crown, behind each ear, and in the nape. Then we're going to go ahead and massage it in. It only needs to stay on the scalp for about 3 minutes in order for it to do its job. You can massage longer, you can put them under steam, you can wrap them in a hot towel. There's a million different added things you can do. But 3 minutes of massaging is all you have to do. You can rinse it and then add your hydrating treatment. That's the conditioner. We're going to apply it to the hair and the scalp, making sure that that scalp is hydrated. Rinse it thoroughly, and then you're going to apply that soothing moisture spray, about 14 pumps throughout the scalp. Go ahead and pat it in for absorption, and then style the hair as usual. We do have video tutorials on our YouTube channel, as well as with these QR codes that are going to show you examples on how to do the scalp treatment. Any questions about Milbon scalp before we move on? Okay, great. I am going to actually skip through our extended and I'm going to go right into our creative style. So creative style, these are our stylers. They are all infused with our SSVR silk. So please note that they are taking really good care of the hair while you're also styling. So let's go in and talk about our creative style categories, what's in each category, and how to use it. So our first category is our texture category. In this texture category, we have four products. We have a texturizing sea mist, a satin texture cream, dry texture spray, and matte texture paste. You'll notice that each item has a number next to it. That's going to be a hold factor. Our hold factor goes from 1 to 10, 10 being maximum hold, 1 meaning essentially no hold. So if you look at our texturizing sea mist, it's going to be a 3 out of 10 hold. So it is going to give movement and texture. It's going to give body and grip. It is ideal to use for those beachy waves, that tousled look, that lived in style. You can spray it on towel dried hair and let it air dry. You can also blow dry it in for a little extra grip. It does have heat protection in it as well. Right below it, we have our satin texture cream. This is a styling cream that's a 3 out of 10 hold. It is powder infused and has a satin finish. So it's not quite shiny, not quite matte. It's going to stay reworkable and pliable and rinse off clean. I love this for medium to long hair and adding texture and movement and separation. I also love using it for ponytails, flyaways, and curtain bangs, that sort of thing. Just adding some texture without any, really very much hold to the hair. If you go back up to the top right-hand side, you're going to see our dry texturizing spray. This spray is a 4 out of 10 hold. Think about it like a dry shampoo and a hairspray had a baby, and this is it. Okay, so it's going to give you a little bit of hold. It's going to give you that matte, buildable, invisible dry formula that's going to add that bulk into the hair, kind of like a dry shampoo does. It's going to help build the hair. I love spraying it underneath the hair and like working it in so that it adds fullness to the hair, but it's going to give you a flexible grip with a matte finish, absorbing excess oils, refreshing, and maintaining your style. Then right below it, we have our matte texture paste. This paste is a powder infused sculpting paste with for matte definition. So it's an 8 out of 10 hold. So it really is giving you quite a firm hold, but it is nice because it's reworkable. So you can just get it a little wet and you can rework it and then it'll dry and it'll give you a nice hold with it as well. It rinses off clean. You can also use it for adding bulk at the scalp for on longer hairstyles, giving a little bit of lift as well because it is matte and it is powder infused. It's going to absorb oils and allow you to get some of that lift as well with it with a high hold. So it's a really great ideal for all short and all textures of hair. Next, we're going to jump down to the bottom left-hand side, and it is going to be our wave category. In our wave category, we have two products. We have our wave enhancing, or I'm sorry, our wave defining cream. Wave defining cream is a 1 out of 10 hold. So it's going to tame frizz and control natural waves and curls, providing hydration and definition with a soft and touchable hold. So I like to think of this one as a lotion for the hair. So it's going to add moisture. It's going to add humidity control, heat protection. It's going to give you a little bit of shine, but there's really no hold to it. I also use this one to dilute other products. So for example, if I want to use a gel or a wax or the texture cream or even the paste, I might add some wave defining cream to it to kind of dilute it and really lower that hold level and allow it to emulsify a little bit easier. So that's another way to use it. It's really great for giving moisture and hydration to the hair, whether the hair is wet or dry. Our wave enhancing mousse. This I've just recently fallen in love with because I've been doing a lot of perms recently. It is wonderful for natural curls or perms. It is actually meant to be used second day. Okay, this is a restyling mousse. It's not a volume building mousse like we think of mousse for adding, bounce and volume to the hair. That is not what this one is. This is a wave enhancing mousse. It's a restyler. It actually has some shea butter in it, and it is meant to be used on dry to damp curls second day to redefine those curls, to instantly boost and tame frizz and revive those natural waves and shine. So it really is going to enhance those curls and make it look like you've got freshly shampooed curls on second and third day. Okay, so that's really where this is really going to stand out for you is if you're adding this to the hair for second day curls. Really nice for that. Then we have our Wet Shine Gel Cream in the bottom right-hand side. Our Wet Shine Gel Creams are really beautiful finishing gels with high shine. So the number 5 is a 5 out of 10 hold. This one is going to give you high shine. It is never going to look dry. It is always going to say just lacquer-like shine. So it's great for a wet look, for a sleek ponytail, somebody with short hair that really wants to keep that high gloss. Wet Shine Gel Cream 5 is wonderful for that. The Wet Shine Gel Cream 8 is more of a satin finish. So it's not quite as shiny. It's going to give you a higher hold. This is going to be wonderful for short hair, giving it more hold, having it stand up. It's also really great to blow dry into the hair for control. I actually will mix it with the wave defining cream. So wave defining cream number 1, wet shine gel cream number 8. I love to mix those together and put them on wet hair and then blow dry with it to get a lot of control and shine in my blowouts. That's another nice way to use it. Next, we have the volume category. We have our thickening mist. Thickening mist, we talked about it a little bit earlier. It's going to thicken and plump each individual hair strand, lifting it from roots to ends. So it's going to give you beautiful control with blowouts. It's never going to become stiff or crunchy, and it has your heat protection in it as well. So it's going to fortify the hair and add elasticity. So you're going to get a very beautiful bounce to the hair without feeling like there's product in the hair. Next, let's bounce over to the moldings category. Our molding category has 3 waxes. Our waxes are 3, 5, and 7 as far as the hold factors go. Our 3 is a medium hold for texture and separation. Number 5 is a strong hold for shape and control. And number 7 is extra strong for sculpting and molding. So all 3 of these waxes are very clean. They rinse off very clean. You can rework them throughout the day, and they're going to give you a wonderful finish that is very pliable. Moving down to our refreshing dry shampoo. This dry shampoo is so great because it actually has cleansers in it. So it has the Advanced Trio Powder Complex. It's going to effectively cleanse the scalp and freshen. So it's not just masking oils and odor, it's actually cleansing when you use it. It's going to instantly restore the hair's natural volume, prolonging your styles. It's going to deodorize the hair, not just mask odor. and it's going to give you a beautiful green apple and lily of the valley scent infused with soothing elderweiss extract for an exceptional, which is an exceptional humectant, meaning it's not going to make the hair feel really dry and gritty. It's actually going to allow it to absorb some moisture as well. It is color safe. Don't worry about that. It is fantastic on the hair. An actual shampoo, dry shampoo, which is wonderful. And finally, we have our hairsprays. So we have Stronghold Hairspray number 7 and Stronghold Hairspray, Extra Stronghold Hairspray number 10. Number 7 is my favorite. It's my go-to. I use it all the time. I use it before I do use a hot iron. I use it after a hot iron. It's going to stay workable. It's going to keep the style flake free. It's wonderful. Number 10 is very strong. So you're spraying it on the hair. That style is going to stay. It is also flake free. It's not going to, yellow or change color, which is great. But it is going to give you that firm finish that you're looking for. And then we have our newest category of curl. So we talked about the curl technology earlier, the cuticle enhancing technology. What's unique about these two curl products is we actually added that cuticle enhancing technology to both of these stylers. So not only are you getting stylers that are wonderful for curls, but they're also getting that technology from our curl collection. So that makes them really great to use in tandem with that or even alone. You're getting that technology. So we'll start with the Curl Control Cream. That is a 2 out of 10 hold. So it's giving you soft definition and natural bounce to your curls. It's going to hydrate and define, but really think about it adding that moisture. It's infused with shea butter and squalene. So it's going to enhance manageability, providing a smooth and shiny finish. This is wonderful to use, directly after towel drying and using the leave-in treatment for curl. Then I go right on top with that curl control cream. You can diffuse it or let it air dry. And then you could also add our curl control gel. The curl control gel is a 4 out of 10 hold, and this is going to give you shape and definition. The really unique thing about this is the elastic polymer. So when you use this product, you'll notice that it stays flexible. It never gets crunchy or too sticky. It's very lightweight. It forms a lightweight elastic shield around the curls and allows them to have bounce along with definition. So it's a beautiful gel for those people that don't like that crunchy gel feeling. It will not get crunchy. It has a smooth and even application for effortless styling. So you can use the curl control cream first and then the gel right on top, or you can use one or the other depending on the look you're going for. And finally, we have our shimmer category. Shimmer is a finisher and it is meant for shine. It also has our triple protection in it, meaning it protects against UV damage, against heat, and humidity. So, triple protect. This is a wonderful product to give your clients before they go on vacation because usually on vacation they're getting UV, heat, and humidity, right? So, this is going to protect them against all of those things. This is also good for daily use to add shine to the hair and also add that protection. We have two formulas in our shimmer category. We have the Brilliant Shine Spray. This is good for all hair types. It's an aerosol spray. And then we have our Brilliant Polishing Oil. This oil is ideal for medium to coarse hair. It's going to tame unruly hair. It's going to give you that beautiful shine and it's going to spread throughout the hair very easily. So it's really great if that hair is needing a little bit of extra softness and that extra shine, that triple protection, the oil would be great for medium to coarse. Again, the finishing spray, the Brilliant Shine Spray, you can use it on dry hair before and after using a hot tool. So either way is completely fine for that protection and shine. And then there's an overview of all of our categories. Does anybody have any questions about any of the products before we move on to monochromatic? All right, great. Well, thank you to all of you who've hung on with me here. I'm going to flip through these large pages here and we'll go right into monochromatic. So there's only three products left, and then I'll let you go for the day. So Milbon and you'll notice our monochromatic, first of all, they have beautiful colors, right? So we've got gone kind of a different direction with the packaging on this, and we've put it underneath our Milbon and banner. So Milbon and is a an arm of Milbon that we've actually been using in Asia for quite some time. And so now we brought it to the States and we're adding our beautiful, like, boutique lines and that sort of thing to it. It's not temporary, it's here to stay, so don't worry. It's not like it's a seasonal item or anything. Milbon and our monochromatic was actually created in collaboration with Anko Tran. Anko Tran is our global creative director, and he is famous for his lived-in looks, his lived-in style. So he's all about buildable, versatile styles that are effortless. And that's where monochromatic comes from, that idea, right? Just like your favorite monochromatic outfit that is effortless to style, right? If you're wearing something that's all the same color, you don't have to think too hard, just put it together and it looks good. That's kind of what monochromatic is all about. It's all about helping it, look great and being very easy to style. I'm looking in the chat real quick. Yeah, he is. Oh, I love Anko Tran. He is amazing. I love him so much. He is our guy. He does such a great job at doing this lived in look. Um, and I love that it's so user friendly. Like that's my favorite part about monochromatic is it's user friendly. So if you have clients that are in the salon that are afraid of product, they're like, I don't know how to use that. Not really good at doing my hair. I don't really know. Let them try one of these because it's meant to be effortless. It's meant to be buildable. It's also very focused on like Gen Z as well. So the younger generation that really just wants something quick and easy, this is going to be good for them too. Okay, so let's talk about the products. So first we have Froth Blowout Foam. So Froth Blowout Foam is kind of your all-in-one. It's going to have everything in it that you need. So prep and prime and protect all in one. This foam, first of all, it smells amazing. Let's start there. Second, it's going to boost body and fullness, protect against heat, help control frizz and static. So a little secret is An actually wanted to create this because he does dry cutting all the time, and there's lots of static that happens when you're dry cutting. So he wanted something to combat that. So this is wonderful for anti-static. Secondly, we wanted to protect against heat. So this actually protects up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the highest protection that Milbon offers. So anybody who really loves their heat tools, this is a great protection for them. It has a cornstarch derived polymer in it. This elastic polymer is going to help with that body and bounce. So this is what's going to help that hair bounce around and feel very light and airy. Great for those lived in looks. And it's going to help with detangling. Very easy to work through the hair as it is that frothy foam. On actually measures this in golf ball sizes, which is kind of fun. So he does one golf ball for short hair, two for medium, and three for long. Our Velvet Texturizing Cream delivers lightweight hydration and separation for a soft hold. So this is going to give you a beautiful velvet-like shine. It actually has skincare-inspired emollient oil in it that's going to give you that hydration and that shiny finish with a little bit of grip. Okay, so it's going to support the product. It is wonderful for separating curls for that lived-in look. It is extremely spreadable, so you can actually even blow dry with it if you'd like. So put it on wet hair, blow dry for some shine and control, or you can use it on dry hair to separate curls. So extremely versatile, lots of different ways to use it. I've even used it to smooth back a ponytail. I've used it on my ends to kind of tame those down. Lots of ways to use this product. And then finally, we have our puff finishing paste. Puff finishing paste is going to boost and create lift. So it's adding cushion to the hair, delivering texture and a weightless finish. This is going to lift your roots with soft body, but it's going to stay workable. So this is like those powders that people will use for upstyles or for lifting the hair or for back combing into, except it's in a tube. So it's really clean. You can just grab a little bit of this powder. You can work it into the hair. You can back comb over it. You can lift the hair up. It's going to give a slight powdery, gritty texture and add cushion, but it stays movable. So it doesn't get matted in the hair. You can still move the hair with it. Very light and airy, wonderful to define curls, to define waves, to add lift at the root. Really beautiful product for that, but very, very clean, never getting crunchy. So again, these are the three products from our monochromatic collection: froth blowout foam, velvet texturizing cream, and puff finishing paste. Because these were created with our Milbon scientists in our Milbon lab, they all do have our SSVR silk technology in it as well. So you are improving your hair as you're using it. And then there's the citrus flora wood scent. So the top note is going to be bergamot and blood orange and acai berry. Your middle notes are elder blossom, geranium, and pink pepper. And your bottom notes are vetiver, wood, and musk. So very clean, very woodsy, very universal in its fragrance. All right. I think that is the end. Does anybody have any questions before we close out? Let's see. Yes, it is. It's so good, isn't it? Monochromatic is so easy, totally works. Very, very easy to use. I will make sure that I take down everybody's information that has joined on this. I'm going to make sure that we get that replay. Yes, I will make sure, Miss Blair, that you get that, and Dawn as well. Thank you very much for joining. We'll go ahead and get those emailed out to you as well, and you will probably be hearing from your sales consultant in your area. They'll make sure that you get everything, and if for some reason you don't get it from me, ask them, and they'll have access to it. So thank you again for joining. I will be doing another class on Sophie Stone Color today, as well as on Milbon Gold at 12 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Eastern. So please come back if you'd like to. Yes, I will send the replay in. Absolutely. I'm going to go right ahead and take everybody's info from the list, and we'll get that out to you. All right. Thank you very much. And you guys all have a great day. Thank you.